Sports Central on a Thursday. Adam Deal along with Charles Ashley III. That is our USC scoreboard. I'm still up, Charles. I'm still up. If you don't know this, it's only by 4 right now. But look, I'm winning coast to coast so far. That's all I have to say.
You were up 13 games, bragging, patting yourself on the back. Now look at you, nervous, talking about you gonna pick all the favorites. Look, take a chance, take a risk.
Legitimately, I got cocky, and that's fine. I got humbled. I'm back to the basics. I'm working on the basics on my picks, and this weekend will prove that.
I'm
gonna lock it up this weekend.
Serving up some pie this week on you.
It's gonna be all locked up this weekend. Listen, we decided to do something fun today. Now that we're in the playoffs, 8 teams left in 6A, Charles, we decided to do the top 10 moments that shaped the 8 teams remaining season. Right? So, I mean, there was a lot of moments to choose from, and there was a lot of plays that could have gone either way, and these teams might not be where they're at.
Yeah, the list is actually a great list because even with Clovis, Clovis was struggling all year to the point where they weren't even allowed to wear the C decal on their helmets. So a lot of the shaping of the season happened within, I want to say, going from week 1 really all the way to the end of the season. There were some really key games, especially towards the end for Clovis, who needed to upset teams that were really rolling, like the Alamogordos, the Hobbs. So I love what we're doing right here, and you're going to see why exactly people are where they're at. Okay, so let's go with the 10th moment that we wrote down. And Charles, you know, the Oñates had quite a season. The turning point to their season where everyone started to pay attention was against West Mesa. They came here and then rattled off 6 out of their last 7. So at number 10, it's Oñate in their big win here against West Mesa. Now, if you recall, Charles, this game could have gone either way as Oñate and West Mesa were close. The final score ended up 29-23, but it's the Knights that prevail. And like I said, their only loss in that stretch was against Mayfield. Big time for them. Yeah, Oñate, they weren't very impressive right there. I know you have Fabian Reyes at quarterback. You got right there Ryan Areza. They run the ball really well, and West Mesa kept it close, surprisingly. But Oñate, they've been playing close games all year, no matter who they were playing. So they're in that 20-25-point range, and they always
really
let teams
started
stick
their
around.
run, though. I mean, they had
did.
2 losses before that. We weren't sure who Oñate was. This started their huge run, and like we said, they've rattled off now 6 out of 7. So they're on a roll, and this started
played Mayfield really close.
Yes.
That game could have gone either way also. So. Big time play. This is a play I think that's really good, a really pivotal moment. Mayfield losing to El Dorado. So at number 9, we're gonna show you Mayfield coming up short because Zach Gentry, big 6'7" frame. All you gotta do is fall down. 2-point conversion, good.
He falls down for 9 yards. It's Zach Gentry. Mayfield thought they stopped him short. They didn't. Remember, that was in double overtime. It was Mayfield's only game here in the Metro. It was their only loss. It was big for El Dorado, obviously, for a lot of reasons.
I wish that was a little higher. You wanna know why? Because I still remember being at that Lobo game, and then you're texting because you're doing a game, and then you tell me the score. I'm like, oh, they're about to get blown out. And then I
21-3 at half.
I look up again. He's like, dude, it's going to overtime. Zach Gentry went crazy, and he had the 2 80-yard runs. And that was really his breakout where people they figured out he was a real deal. So that's a big moment. Okay, so at number 8, we have Clovis. And this is when you're talking about without the C's on their helmet, taking on Atrisco Heritage. They lose. Yeah. Okay, so they lose to Atrisco. And after that game, everyone counted Clovis out. Turning point to their season. So Clovis, Atrisco Heritage, that was the game that really shaped things. And I mean, a tough road game. They came up here 2
check
really
out their
good
helmets,
running
Charles.
teams. Yeah, they hadn't earned that C decal. So you know, I don't know. Atrisco is one of those teams where all year I think I picked them. They kind of messed my record up. They had a good running game, but Clovis came.
That was Juan San Juan, by the way, touchdown.
Juan San Juan, that's my guy. That dude is awesome. But anyway,
you're a little out of control with that.
And Michael Gray, and those guys are big up there. So it's going to be a tough pick for you.
Very physical. This is a tougher pick than anybody thought it would be.
Well, at 7, I got Cruces Mayfield. Big rivalry game. You got Sam Ellis at quarterback. Big time game for them because confidence-wise, Cruces needed this game to be close so they can feel that they can be competitive. Helped them. They went into the playoffs. They came up here.
The word on the street is Cruces bullied Mayfield around, and that has kind of turned their confidence around. Their next game, they beat Atrisco in the first round to move on to this quarterfinals. 100% confidence for Las Cruces to shape their season. Now can they go to Rio Rancho and knock off the 1 seed? We're going to find that out. You could check that game out on Channel 27 on your Comcast box tomorrow night at 7 o'clock or on ProView Networks, of course. Got every game, ProViewNetworks.com.
I like Sam Ellis. I think that's been a problem for teams game planning for Cruces. They got used to game planning for Cam Miller. Two totally different type of quarterbacks. Sam Ellis, big 6'4", 215 kid. That's a big kid throwing the ball around, and he can run the ball pretty well. I like what Cruces is doing. They're just going to put it on his back and say, try to lead us to the promised land.
Now, this is funny. Sam Ellis is on quote saying, look, I was just trying to make the team on special teams.
Yeah.
And it's been noted how good Las Cruces' JV team is. So he thought maybe JV, and now he finds himself starting in a pivotal playoff game on the varsity side. It's crazy how
a little
things
payback
work
possibly
out a little bit, right?
Over your Rams.
Hey,
Man, you're going
man.
down
Calm
this week.
down
You're
a
going
little bit.
down.
Calm down. Listen, at 6, it's Rio Rancho 2 weeks ago with their win over Cleveland to win the district. The Rio Rancho Rams were up big at half. This became a really close game. We know how good Cleveland was before they got exited.
That guy's awesome.
Have you ever heard of him? Angelo Lujan. This was a 67-yard catch and run out of the backfield. Lujan is in. This put Rio Rancho up 21-6 at halftime, Charles. They ended up winning this one. But if they lose this, they don't even get near the seed. Maybe they're a 5 seed. Maybe they're playing the first week. So they got to bye because of this.
They probably would have fell to a 5 seed because of the way that it's shaped up. You can't finish above teams that beat you or whatnot. So they will probably end up at that 5 seed, opening up against Seabrook just like Cleveland. And we know what happened to Cleveland. They're over there.
Well, I mean, exactly.
Sitting at home.
They go from 5 to 1.
Yeah.
All because of that win. So when we return, Charles, we're going to talk about the top 5 moments that shaped the season for both of these teams, but pretty fitting these last 5, yeah?
Yeah, great season-shaping type of plays. The top 5, I absolutely agree with. There are moments that you knew that once this happened, that it was going to shake up the entire playoff scenario. So I'm excited to see what we got coming up. I think everybody else will, too.
Man, I'm excited for this day. We've got coaches in the house, Adrian Ortega. We've got Ron Garcia in the house, some rivals going at it. As hoop season coming up in just a second. Man, I can't wait for that hoop season.
I'm ready.
Monday.
I'm ready to
triple header on ProView.
Question like the polls and everything. I'm
sure
still upset.
You're out of control.
I'm still upset.
Cool it down.
I'm upset.
Come on back. It's uSports Central on a Thursday.